in studio right now is Mr. Westmo himself, Ron Klopfanstein. And, Ron, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
I got to get your right mic up there. So you have a story of being harassed in politics.
Well, not so much not harassed.
Well, don't
people
back
give
away.
me a hard time, though, because I do a newspaper column for the Clinton Record. Mm-hmm. And in doing so, I go out there and I meet people who are running for office and doing things.
But you show both sides, which is what you're supposed to do.
Both sides, right.
Yeah.
So I did a big story on the county clerk's race. I was curious because I see these green signs all over town that say fix the DMV. And I wanted to know, who is this guy behind the signs and what's wrong with the DMV? So I talked to Dave Gordon for an hour and a half about in Union Station. We observed the DMV. Then I talked to
you did your interview over at the DMV.
I did, yeah. I just wanted to see it for myself.
Yeah, sure.
So I talked to Sandy DePerno, and she took me on a tour of all of her offices and the archives and stuff. And then afterwards, before I write these things up, I do whatever research I possibly can.
Yeah.
So I listened to these clips of her appearances and his appearances on your show.
Yeah.
And on the other show. And in doing so, I just came to the conclusion that I could not, even though I'm a Democrat, I could not support Sandy DePerno because she accused them publicly of committing a crime.
I would
called
say,
him stupid. You know, I just can't go with that. I just can't do it. So because of that,
you must be a big fan of President Trump.
I'm not. See, that's one area where I'm aligned with the party, but in all areas, I just can't be. You know, I don't.
So
think
you came out and endorsed Dave Gordon, the Republican, and
you're
a left-leaning Democrat, I believe.
Progressive.
You're progressive. Well, that would be the same thing.
It would be.
Thanks for
But
that.
I'm open-minded,
Yes.
and I really think people should look at the candidates themselves, and especially with these kind of races, with someone who's as accessible and as candid as Dave, talk to him yourself.
Yeah,
and that's what I did.
Do you think Dave is? Do you think Dave though is? She says that he's fear-mongering when it comes to the DMV. That it is many of the delays that do occur happen because maybe Albany's computers shut down, and it's a city. It's a larger city, certainly larger than what you're going to get into Herkimer County or in Wampsville or even in Rome, where it's a little quieter. Do you think he's blowing a whistle that is a little unfair, or is
I wouldn't
he
call
spot
it
on?
fear-mongering to point out that there's some problems, and to point out that it's lost $1.2 million in the last 4 years when other counties are actually making a profit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fear-mongering. I think it's how it should be. Candidates should come forward with, these are the problems, these are my solutions. That's what they should do.
Yeah.
What they shouldn't do is accuse their opponents of committing a crime, falsely accuse them, which she did, or call them stupid.
The crime
I
that
just find that offensive.
the crime was that he impersonated
right, and he
county
didn't
employee.
do it.
Yeah.
And I really think politics needs to, I'm not going to say it should be positive, people should be nice, it's not going to happen, but it doesn't have to be so toxic and negative.
Yeah.
If Sandy wants to defend what she's done, she should defend, this is how I've run my office, these are the challenges, these are things I can do, things I can't do. Focus on that, but don't insult your opponent.
So
debate your opponent.
So after you came out publicly for crossing the party line and endorsing the Republican,
yes,
you don't want to use the word harass.
No, I wouldn't say harass.
Kind of like you don't want to use the word
challenge.
left-leaning.
People challenged me.
People turned on you? Is that what you're saying? People turned on you?
What happened?
People were very angry with me because I did that. I was on the county Democratic committee. I was new to it. I just did my petitions in the end of August.
Well,
they threw you off?
Of course they're going to do that. Yeah.
I didn't know
Wait a minute.
I didn't know you couldn't do that. They were right to do that. Those are the rules. If you're on the committee, you're a party leader, you have to support. You have to be.
How did I hate to bring this up, but how did Anthony Pisani get to endorse Governor Cuomo?
You know, I've wondered that too.
Well, so he's an elected official though, versus being on the committee.
Yeah, but I think he's still on the committee.
I'm
right?
sure that he is. Yeah. Probably.
Sometimes people who are elected officials aren't, though. I mean,
Okay.
you
All
can
right.
be an elected official and not be on the committee. You can be an activist
So
in the party,
the
like I am,
bylaws,
and not be on the
the
committee.
bylaws of the Oneida County Democratic Party say you cannot endorse a
You cannot
member of another party.
oppose
Oh, you
a
cannot
candidate
okay.
who's been endorsed, and I oppose her.
Yeah.
I do like Dave. I like his ideas, his energy. I think he should get a shot at doing this. But it was more that I opposed her because of what she said about him, the way she said it.
All right.
And I'm uncomfortable with that. But I would say probably the Republicans have the same rule too. So
I'm
it's
sure.
not like
I
this,
guess. And so the attack came from basically, you say from all sides or from
people screenshot my Facebook post and turned me into the county chair. So
okay,
yeah,
all right.
So
they
people
booted
were
you.
angry.
Quite literally.
People are still mad. People are still mad that I did. But the thing is, I explained it in what I wrote, and people can read it too. What was in the paper was kind of edited down, so it took out the endorsement part. But I wanted people to know I felt that way, so I put it on my public Facebook page.
Do they know it's the county clerk's race?
People in the
isn't it amazing how interesting this has gotten? It's fascinating.
It has gotten interesting. I got to tell you.
So, and this was a column you did, or this was an article?
This was
an endorsement.
it's a column I do for the Clinton Record. At times, it's opinion, it's commentary, but for this one, I mean,
It was your Facebook post that ultimately led
because my
to
Facebook
you.
post said, "I want to be clear that I do not
oppose,
support
yes.
people who make false."
That's more than
allegations."
just a column. There was
a Facebook post, and I said I support Dave for this.
So okay, and
I do,
and you do, and you stand by it.
I stand by it.
The people that might be establishment Republicans in Oneida County are a bit worried about having Dave in that position. I truly believe that's the case because he's a bit of a wild card. And he really has gone all in on the DMV. And the last thing that Sandy DePerno said to us is that there's a lot more to being the county clerk than the DMV.
There is a lot more. She told me that. I wrote that in the column. She took
he
me
does
on a
seem
tour.
to be. He actually put out a new press release yesterday. Last night a new one came out where he's getting rid of some computer equipment, something that isn't working. I didn't read the whole thing, but did you see that last night?
I saw it.
But it's everything that comes out, every release that comes out is about the DMV.
It's true.
And his political signs are about the DMV.
What I want to be clear about is the reason that I support him is because his opponent said he was stupid, and I think that the toxic
can't debate her comment.
The incivility.
Her comment was you can't debate stupid.
And after I heard that,
in fact, you had her say it 3 times.
I did.
Three times.
Yes.
And
every time she said it, I talked over her, so I had to say, "Please, I want to get this isolated so I can."
And I did
she
follow
didn't
up.
hesitate.
I did follow up.
Yeah.
I sent her a text. I asked her to clarify that. I said, "Were you saying that that his ideas are? Could you clarify this from my column?" She didn't respond to it, so I did give her a chance to do that.
Okay.
And the next response
I thought I
heard
took
from
care
her,
of that for you. Cause,
the next response that I heard from her was her saying, "He lies, I lie, everybody lies."
Wait.
Did she say that to you too?
I think that was on the other show.
No,
it
it was on the other show.
There is no other show. Yeah. There is no other show. There are 5 shows in this building.
All right.
We compete against every one of
the
them.
Building. It was the show that comes from the other building.
No, it was our show.
It was
our
show.
show.
It was our show.
I
She said it twice,
so.
and we kind of asked for a clarification. I don't know if we got one.
Yeah.
When she said he lies, I lie, everybody lies, it was like
she said it
wait,
at the
what?
end, and I called her back
Twice.
on it. I went back on it, and the second time that she said it, I said, "Are you saying that you lie?" And she said, "No, I'm joking. This is a joke, and it's just saying that." This is what it's like. He thinks I lie, and and he lies, and
And the
that's
first
kinda
time
how
she slipped in,
said it,
according to Dave, in between.
There was an according to Dave in there, and I included that in our story. It's
people have to be more civil. It's going to be so awful this last month before the election. People have to stop this and be more civil.
You must love the congressional race because that's
very
that's
toxic,
quite nasty.
Well, you know how I feel. I went to the interview with Tenny, so yeah.
And you're a Brindisi supporter.
Absolutely,
okay.
Yes.
Bottom line is, though, it's not that necessarily Sandy DePerno has mishandled the job. You don't like the way she's talking about her opponent, and that's
I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I can't support somebody who talks like that about another person.
Okay. All right.
In a political race, because it lowers all of us. The incivility, it lowers us all. And I don't want the bar set so low that if you're running for office, you can accuse your opponent of doing something illegal, even though it's not true. The bar should not be that low.
I will say, to be honest with you, that there will be criticism about, why are you giving Dave Gordon such a platform? And I take offense to, because I've had that said to me, and I do take offense to that because I just want to be honest. Sandy has stepped in it and forced us in a position where we kind of had to do a he said, she said. And when that's done, it's only fair to do the right thing, and that is, even if I believe, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe Sandy DePerno is probably the best person for the job. I truly believe that. But we have a duty to be fair, and
right.
And she did make some accusations. She stepped in it.
She stepped in it,
and we had no choice. And then she stepped in it again. So, and
3 times, because I would say when you're asked to debate, if you're the incumbent, especially, you have an obligation to debate. And
I don't believe that to be true. Most incumbents won't debate.
Well, I believe
I wouldn't debate if I were her either, to be honest with you. And think of all the candidates you've supported that have not debated. There are candidates that you've supported that have not debated. And when you're an incumbent, sometimes you don't want to give credit to the, but when you step in it, you fuel the whole. I can't believe we're even talking about the county clerk's race, but it's been one of the most enjoyable races I can remember in many years.
It's fascinating, and I do like him a lot. He's interesting. He has ideas, and
I like Dave too.
Great,
I just think that
it was a good story. So.
I do believe, and I'm coming out right here. I believe he'd be in over his head as county clerk, and people should vote for. I truly believe people should vote for Sandy DePerno. However, if you're voting for her to join a debate team, you're an idiot. Okay? I wouldn't debate if I were her either, because she's just going to step in it again. But
I'm sure she would.
But please, I think you should vote for her. All right?
That is the most quasi endorsement I think I might have ever heard.
No, I don't think that's a quasi.
I'm an Oneida County resident. I will vote for Sandy DePerno.
Ron, you brought unprecedents into the studio.
Actually,
I've been doing people who say awful things like that.
No,
is there a limit where it's too much? I think there's a limit where it's too much.
I think she just was backed into a corner, and she's upset, and she's never been through this process, never been challenged. She wants to say, I know what she wants to say. What is going on here? This is county clerk. There aren't races for county clerk. It's not like this.
But there should be.
I get it.
Every office.
I get it.
And people should come forward with their ideas.
I get it.
Not with insults.
I get it.
That's my
but
point.
I still am going to vote for her.
Can I just add one thing to this? This is not...
Dave, I'm sorry. You can come in and challenge me on it, but I haven't heard you talk about anything but the DMV.
I don't know that there's... I don't know if there's a history there. I'm just saying there could be, because he was on the county ledge for that one term. So her comments might be a reflection of what she thought of the job he did. I don't know where that came from. I just know that.
Well, she made it clear that he's run for everything.
She didn't need. I agree with Ron. She did not need to come out of the gate, and she came out of the gate attacking him. She did. My opponent jokes about him. My opponent seems to run for everything. And if I were her. Looking back on this, I would have just plowed forward, ignored him, talked about my positives, pretended he didn't exist. Instead, she got into the back and forth, and she's the one that comes out looking badly.
And if she had done that,
I'm going to tell you something.
I wouldn't have spoken out.
If I were a betting person, I would not place a nickel on this race. I think it is unpredictable.
Right.
I really do believe it's unpredictable.
It concerns me.
And the county should be nervous right now because
I think
Gordon's making a splash here.
I'm nervous that someone could win who wins because she puts her opponent down in such a negative way. And I don't think that should be supported in politics.
Yeah.
Even if it means for 4 years we have someone new in the DMV. It's not, I think...
And the county clerk, again.
Oh, the county clerk,
yes.
yeah.
Control of all the records.
Oh, the real estate documents and...
everything.
Everything.
Yep. Just be aware.
I'm just saying.
I get it.
I
get it.
Right.
I do understand.
That's my position.
Hear you out today, all right?
It's about being more civil. That's what I want to stand for, is being more civil.
We are not in that mood as a country right now.
Unfortunately.
We are not there.